of life, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu converted many karmanishthas who were addicted to fruitive activities. Many great logicians like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Nindakas, blasphemers like Prakashananda Saraswati, Pashandis, non-devotees like Jagai and Madai, and Adhama, Poduvas, degraded students like Mukunda and his friends, all of them gradually became devotees of Lord. Even the Pathans, Muslims, were the worst offenders, the impersonalists, were extremely difficult to convert, for they are very tactfully escaped the devices of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Victor ji. How are you, Victor ji?
Okay, and you?
Are you okay?
I was just going to start my reading, but you see.
বৃন্দাবন যাইতে প্রভু রহিলা কাশিতে মায়াবাদী গন্তারে লাগিল নিন্দিতে. Well, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing through Banaras on his way to Vrindavan. The Mayavadi sannyasi philosophers blasphemed against him in many ways. So purport, while preaching Krishna consciousness with full rigor, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu faced many Mayavadi philosophers. Similarly, we are also facing opposing swamis, yogis, impersonalists, scientists, philosophers, and other mental speculators. And by the grace of Lord Krishna, we successfully defeated all of them without difficulty. সন্ন্যাসী হইয়া করে গায়ন গায়ন নাচন, না করে বেদান্ত পাঠ করে সংকীর্তন. The blasphemer said, although a sannyasi, he does not take interest in the study of Vedanta, but instead always engage in chanting and dancing in Sankirtan. Formally, unfortunately, we also meet such Mayavadis who criticize our method of chanting and accuse us for not being interested in study. They do not know that we have translated volumes and volumes of books into English, and that the students in our temple regularly study them in the morning, afternoon, and evening. We are writing and printing books, and our students study them and distribute them all over the world. No Mayavadi school can present as many books as we have. Nevertheless, they accuse us of not being fond of study. Such accusations are completely false, for although we study, we do not study the nonsense of the Mayavadis. So, Victor ji,
Yes, sir.
so only the Mayavadis, they try to criticize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for chanting and dancing on the street. Mayavadis will criticize him, even though Mahaprabhu is sannyasi, but he is not studying the Vedanta. The duty of the sannyasi is to study Vedanta. Somehow that this Chaitanya, He's just chanting and dancing on the street. Mm. So they were criticizing him for chanting, for not studying Vedanta and just chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So even though Mahaprabhu is Supreme Personal Godhead and he was preaching, but still he had to face so many opposition. Uh, when you come to preach dharma, mainly you have to face. Krishna came 5,000 years ago in order to establish dharma. Uh, many people they actually challenged Krishna. He faced so many opposition. But Krishna, because he was Supreme Personality of Godhead, so those who opposed him, he killed them. Most of the oppositions were killed by Krishna. Anyone who came in challenge of establishing dharma with Krishna, Krishna killed them. So most is and nearly it is done by the mostly by the demons. Because when Lord came in this world 5,000 years ago, the demons they created many problems for Krishna. But because Krishna is Supreme Personal Godhead, so he used his strength to kill these people. But ultimately they got liberation, but they were killed by Krishna because of their offense, because of their retaliation against Krishna's established religiosity, religious principle. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was preaching, even though some of these Mayavadis, they acted very, very offensive way, and they were criticizing the Lord because they didn't know who the Lord was, and they were thinking the Mayavadi philosophy of studying of Vedanta is more important than chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Prabhupada said, that is not correct. Because in this age, the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is more important than reading Vedanta. And Prabhupada is also commenting that we have written volumes of books. Even the Mayavadi schools and colleges, they don't have those kind of books. We have Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Caritamrita, Ishopanishad, Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, Easy and Radha. So many types of books Prabhupada has written in English for us to study. And the students of this Krishna conscious movement, they're studying them in the morning, noon, and evening, night. So how come they say that we're not studying? But we know that some of the devotees who have joined the movement, uh, but they're not interested in study so much. They want to do little work for Krishna, or chant Hare Krishna, but they're not into so much study. Mm. For them, it's recommended that they should hear the classes. At least they should go to the morning and evening classes and hear from the devotee. If you're not interested in studying the Vedas, scriptures, uh, in, your, in yourself, then at least you should go and hear the class. But if you are staying around Krishna and Krishna's devotee, then you must hear about Krishna. Otherwise, mind will dilute because mind is very tricky. Maya is very strong. So that's why if you study these books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, that means you're associating with that personality. Mm. So that's why Prabhupada said that he has written volumes of books in English for us to study. He didn't need those books for himself because he's Jivan Mukta Savuchita. He was a liberated soul from his very birth. He didn't need it, but because he felt for the fallen souls of these days, so he worked very hard to write those books in English for the people of Kali Yuga, especially in this age. So it's now our duty is to study those books scrupulously and and study them and remember them, remember the topics. Very important. So the Mayavadi sannyasis neither chant nor dance. Mayavadi sannyasis, they don't chant and dance. They generally study Vedanta by sitting in one place. Or they live in a holy place like Vrindavan, Mathura. If you go to Vrindavan, you will see thousands, hundreds of sannyasis, Mayavadi sannyasis walking, doing parikrama to Vrindavan in the morning. Uh, or after parikrama is over, they drink gallons of tea and smoke and all that. So that's not the sannyasi life. But one side they are criticizing Mahaprabhu. That Mahaprabhu, because he's chanting and dancing, they're saying, oh, this is not the duty of sannyasi. It's like some people, when Prabhupada gave Western disciples to sannyas, and he went back to India with sannyasi disciples from West, so many people were criticizing that how come Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Bhakti Vedanta, how can he give sannyas over to these lectures and javanas? Uh, they're not qualified to take sannyas. Why did he give them? Hmm. So actually, they're saying he's deviated from the philosophy uh, of Hinduism or of the philosophy of Vedanta. He has diverted. So they were criticizing Prabhupada like that. Many have been not what to talk about other people. Even many of his god brothers were criticizing him for giving sannyas to these uh, lectures and javanas from the West. They didn't like that. So many of his god brothers they never even came to associate with Srila Prabhupada. They never even helped him because he gave sannyas to his Western people. Yeah. So this is they don't understand this. Mm. The sannyas order is meant to preach Krishna consciousness. It is not to sit down in an idle place and just study Vedanta. Uh, that was not the purpose for sannyas. Sannyas order was meant to travel and preach Krishna consciousness to the fallen souls in every town and village. That was Prabhupada's whole mood. That's why he gave so many young boys as sannyasis, so they could, if you would have given to some old people sannyas, then they would not be able to travel so much and preach. Because after all, Krishna consciousness is very hard work. Uh, that's why Prabhupada gave so many people sannyas, and he gave so many people, young people sannyas, and told them to, and he sent them to different directions. Some sent to China, Africa, South America, you know, Scotland, Europe. So many places he has sent his sannyas disciples to preach, and they become successful. By the mercy of Prabhupada, they didn't know anything. They didn't know anything about Krishna consciousness. And they were all hippies anyway. Uh, but by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the extreme mercy of Guru, Pungulangayati Gim, they crossed the mountain and they were deaf. They could not speak about Krishna, but they spoke like a great philosopher, a great learned scholar, Krishna consciousness, and the people accepted. So many people. So we have enough books to study. So many types of books to study. So many Goswamis, they have written so many types of books about the internal pastimes of Lord and Krishna. You can go on for years and years studying them. So Prabhupada said we should study every day Srila Prabhupada books, every day. I'm not going to read the whole Prabhupada book, it's long. Murkha sannyasi nija dharma nahi jane, bhavu kohiya fere bhavu kero shane. Now this Mayavadi sannyasi, Maya Benaras, they are criticizing Mahaprabhu, saying that this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is is an is an effeminate sannyasi, and therefore does not know his real function, guided only by his gentlemen, he wanders about in the company of other sentiments, sentimentalists. Purport. Foolish Mayavadis, not knowing that the Krishna conscious movement is based on the solid philosophy of transcendental science, superficially conclude that those who dance and chant the and chant and dance and have philosophical knowledge, those who are Krishna conscious actually have full knowledge of the essence of Vedanta philosophy. For they study the real commentary on the Vedanta philosophy, Srimad Bhagavatam, and follow the actual words of the Supreme Person of Godhead as found in Bhagavad Gita as it is. After understanding the Bhagavad Gita philosophy or Bhagavad Dharma, they become fully spiritually conscious or Krishna conscious, and therefore their chanting and dancing is not material, but it on, is on the spiritual platform. Although everyone admires the ecstatic chanting and dancing of the devotees, who are therefore purportedly known as the Hare Krishna people, Mayavadis cannot appreciate their activities because of their poor fund of knowledge. Mayavadis, they never appreciate the words the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. They never appreciate the devotees of Krishna. They don't. Because they are offended to Krishna. So anyone who offends Krishna, how they can appreciate the devotees? They neglect the devotees. Uh, So it is very much necessary that we appreciate the devotees' activities, devotees' renunciation, devotees' chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, and their dedication to their Lord, Krishna. It must be appreciated by the mass people. But even the mass people do not appreciate things what the devotees are doing. Still, the devotees should not lose the enthusiasm in their devotional service, and they should continue with their service to the Lord. They should not give up, no matter no matter what happens. One should never give up the service to the Lord. So tomorrow is Julan Jatra. So we're going to speak about a little bit about Julan. Uh, Victorji, are you coming to do Julan for tomorrow?
What time?
We'll do it in the morning, 8 o'clock, and one will be there in the evening.
Tomorrow will be hard. I'll read my altness at that time and do my japa early.
Because the Radha and Krishna are the objects of all love. Radha Krishna is the love of all objects. Uh, Now we are actually worshipping Lakshmi Narayan, not Radha Krishna. Where there is wealth, love is restricted. We are not entitled to worship Radha and Krishna as we have not reached that stage, which is the completely sweet aspects of Radha and Krishna. So generally, in the temple, the Radha Krishna deities are worshipped as Lakshmi Narayan. In the beginning, and when they later on devotees are advanced, they can worship as a transcendental couple of Goloka Vrindavan. And that is the complete sweetness aspect of Radha Krishna uh, Prem Mahima. In the swing festival, only gopis are allowed. Actually, in the swing festival, you see that in the swing festival, in many Krishna's pastimes, you see there's the shakas are there, the friendly people are there, motherly and fatherly people are there, like Nanda Maharaj Yashoda. But in the swing festival, the aspect is that the the greatness of this festival is that only Krishna and the gopis are there. Nobody else is there. And in this swing festival, only the gopis, the Braja gopis are only allowed. Love is the highest level of love that one cannot imagine how gopis are completely attached with Krishna. It's beyond our imagination. In swing festival, only Radha Krishna and the gopis are there. Even Nanda Maharaj, Jashoda Devi, other friends and servants are not allowed. That means in the swing festival, the other friends like Subal, Siddham, Sudam, all this, they are not allowed there. Mm. What to talk of Brahma or Shiva or Indra, they cannot go in nearby. Even the Subal Sakas, Siddham, Sudam, Vasudam, they were not even allowed. And and even Nanda Maharaj and Jashodama, they were not even allowed there. Only the gopis, exclusively gopis and Krishna, and Radha and Krishna. They were only allowed. So you can see this swing festival actually, sometimes we don't give this so much importance to the swing festival, but it's actually very important. Prabhupada wrote a letter to His Holiness Jayapataka Sai Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, that how to conduct the swing festival. Hmm. He said you should have a nice, small, curving Ratna Singhasan. It can be made from gold or silver, and it should be gold color. And then there should be rope there hanging, and there should be kirtan, and the devotees should, with the kirtan, they should swing Radha and Krishna deities, small deities of the Lord. He told to his Jabata Maharaj. And Prabhupada wrote this letter to him when he was in Los Angeles. Because it is very important to hold swing festival for the Lord. Because it gives so much pleasure to the Lord. You will be hearing how different gopis they're serving Krishna during the times of swing festival. It's beyond our imagination. In swing festival, only Radha Krishna and the gopis are there. Even Nanda Maharaj, Jashoda Devi, other friends and servants are not allowed. In Krishna Lila, Shaka's friends are boon companions, Sakya Rasa. Friendship relations is there in Vaikuntha also with Narayana, but with wear and fear with boon companion. There is no such restriction. They even climb upon the soldiers of Krishna. What is this bhakti? They climb upon the objects of worship. Yes, it is bhakti. Generally, uh, how you can climb the personality of Godhead who you worship with all reverence, with all respect, with all prayers. You do so much fasting and this and that, so much austerity you do for the Lord. How you can say, how you can think, and you dare to say the Lord, oh Lord, you wait here, I'm going to climb your shoulder. It must be a great lover or affection personality can do that. Not anybody can do that. That's why these things are not available there in Vaikuntha. It's only there in Goloka Vrindavan. So now, but it looks very funny, but it is a bhakti. But it's with the highest level of bhakti, topmost level. They say, oh Krishna, you are our friend and we are equal to you, but you have got some power. You are very healthy, so you should remain on the ground and we shall climb upon your shoulder and get you the fruit from the tree. This is like Sudam and Siddham. They are saying, oh Krishna, you wait here. Let me climb your shoulder and get this fruit for you, for your pleasure. Because they're not tall enough to get that fruit. So they want to climb uh, over the shoulder of Krishna and they want to get that fruit. But still they want to give that fruit to Krishna. Uh, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, you know, there was a lady, uh, and in Puri temple, generally it gets too rush. Too many people come there to see the deities in some of the occasions like Akshay Tithi, uh, and when Jagannath wears the Mar Vesha, when Jagannath wears the Gaja Vesha, Sharna Vesha, those days are very cool. And also uh, Hera Panchami is coming. These are the days Jagannath temple gets full of people coming there. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was there to see the deities. Generally, he sees the deities of Jagannath from not too close. He stands by the Guru Stamba in Jagannath Puri. If you go there, still that Stamba is there, and the this finger, toe finger of Krishna, thumb, this thumb finger of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is still that mark of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's thumb is still there on that Stamba of Guru Stamba of Jagannath Puri. Uh, if you go there, you can see that. So when uh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stand there, and every day he used to see the deities. But one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went when there was too rush. So there was one not too old, not too young. This lady, he wanted to see Jagannath, and she did not even care to see the deities. She did not even care. The Lord was Sakshat Jagannath is there, and she climbed the shoulder of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and went to see Jagannath. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't say anything because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was watching her, her bhakti, her intensity of to see the deities. So Mahaprabhu did not say anything. But the other devotees, they were getting hesitated, they were feeling with hesitation that how she's climbing the Lord's shoulder. So immediately they tried to pull her down, but Mahaprabhu said, no, no, let her see the deities. I'm not feeling any botheration. Uh, I don't have that intensity to see the deities. Look at her intensity. She did not even care to make offense to the Supreme Lord, who is Sakshat Jagannath standing there, but is still climbing. Uh, This is bhakti. In bhakti, everything is possible. Mm. The Almighty Supreme Personality of Godhead can become a servant, and the jiva can become the master. This is pastimes. This is Lord pastime. But one thing you have to remember that Krishna never give up his position. You can love him, you can climb his shoulder out of love, but still Krishna is Krishna. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead, absolute. Nannat paratara upayam. Uh, Kinchitasti dhananjayam. Sutre mani ganayam. In the Bhagavad Krishna is saying, uh, I am never deteriorates from my position. No matter what, he will remain in his position as Supreme Person of Godhead, whether he's playing and with his friend, whether Subal or Madhumangal coming and touch his ear, fix his ears, or goes climb on his shoulder, it doesn't matter. But still he's Supreme Person of God. He never give up that position. This is the Lord. He can do out of love for his devotee, he can act any way he likes. And this is available in Goloka Vrindavan. On the ground, and we shall climb upon your shoulder and get you the fruit from the tree. This way they go up, 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 climbing one upon another's shoulder, and Krishna is standing on the ground. They pluck on the fruit for Krishna, shake, they taste whether it is sweet, bitter, or sour. Aha, it is very sweet. Give it to Krishna, and passes on to the next one also wants to test whether it is true or false. Let me taste. In this way, 4 or 5 friends taste the fruit and then give it to Krishna, who will take it with so much satisfaction. And this is Lord's another transcendental pastimes, magnanimity. That even though the fruit is eaten by so many of his friends and they taste by their own mouth, and then they give to Krishna. And still Krishna doesn't hesitate to take that fruit. He takes it with great satisfaction. There are many, many incidents that we know from the Srimad Bhagavatam and Ramayana. The devotees, they eat their fruit and they gave it to Krishna, and Krishna ate it with great satisfaction. Vidura, Sabori, uh, so many of the devotees. Mm.
Yeah, but he can purify those juta.
Yeah, Saveri. She gave the bear. I think you all couldn't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So,
I said when the devotees give Krishna the juta, he can purify that.
yes, he loves that to eat. So even I'm saying here that Krishna, he's eating the thuta, fruits
Right.
or food from his devotee, even though he's Supreme Person of Godhead. So what to talk of us? We should always try to get the remnants which is eaten by the Guru, and we should go and collect that and try to eat some of those uh, remnants which is left by the eaten by Guru. Because Guru is the dearmost devotee of Krishna. You should see him as good as God. So if he's eating and remaining some remnants, you must go and eat that. If you really want Krishna Prema, then you must eat the uchista of the devotee, pure devotees of the Lord. There's no other way to get Krishna Prema besides the eating of the uchista. Uchista means remnants which is eaten by the pure devotee. And after that you eat that remnants. That will give you great Shakti.
Like
Shakti
Narad,
means,
like
yes,
Narad.
yes. Shakti means power. It will give you great power for developing pure devotion to Krishna.
And Narad did that.
Huh?
Narad.
Yes, Narada. Narada did it. Yes. Narada ate the juta of the Vaishnavas. Bhakti Siddhantis.
Yeah.
So there's so many stories are there. So many pastimes are there in the Srimad Bhagavatam about devotees eating the uchista of the Vaishnava and they become a great devotee. And life example is Narada Muni. Mm. He didn't have to go through so much stress. Just by simply by eating the jhuta prasada of the Bhakti Vedantis, he became a great devotee. And the next one also wants to test whether it is the truth or false. Let me taste. In this way, 4 or 5 friends taste the fruit and then give it to Krishna. Who will take it with so much satisfaction? How can you understand that transcendental world and this sort of prema? Yet even the sakhas are not allowed there in this swing ceremony. And Nanda Maharaj claimed his father more affection for Krishna than friends, and they also have not entrance. In Bhakti Ratnakara, a Bengali scripture written by Narahari Chakravarti Thakur, it is written that Julan Jatra is performed in Kamevan, one of the 12 forests in Braja Mandala. One Goswami of South Indian performed bhajan in Govardhan. At that time, he had shown all the places of pastimes of Radha Krishna to Srivasacharya and Narottam Thakur. When he came to Kamyavan, he had shown them the nice groups of Kadamba trees where Radha, Krishna, and all the Sakhis and confidence get immersely blissful transcendental pastimes. They perform several pastimes there. One of the pastimes is swing festival. It occurs in the month of Shravana. It starts from Ekadashi, 11th lunar day, to full moon day, 4 to 5 days. Here they did Jhulana swinging festival in the month of Shravana, but Jhulan in Radhakund is performed daily by the gopis. We remember this swing festival daily in Kartik festival during the midday pastimes of Radha and Krishna. It is called Dota Kela. In Vrindavan, if you go there, sometimes we see in some of these temples they're having Julan during the daytime, noon hours. Generally, in ISKCON temples in the west, I see them they're having Julan Jatra only in the they have 2 times, morning and evening. But in India, it's only in the evening. They don't do so much in the morning. I don't know if some countries do it now nowadays, but
Can't hear you, Prabhuji.
when I was in India, I didn't see. Can you see me now?
Yes.
Uh, During our time, we didn't no temples in India. They did Julan during the midday. They always did it in the evening, neither in the morning. So, but in the West, you see the temples they do morning and evening because devotees they have to go to work. So sometimes they do in the morning. So devotees can come and do the Julan in the morning. They go back to work. And those who are off of work in the evening, they can come to the temple and do more Julan. But we have to understand this Dulan Jatra festival is very intimate pastimes of the Lord. Uh, Everybody does not get entrance. Only the gopis of Vrindavan, they only get this entrance. Mm. And this is called love. They are situated in the highest love. That's all for today. Any questions or comments?
Yes,
which all this reading you did from which book for Julan Yatra?
This is one of the class given by Srila Prabhupada's God brother. Okay.
Which God brother? Is there a name to it?
God brothers, it didn't give the name. He didn't give the name. It just says Prabhupada's God brother. It was in Vrindavan during the
Okay.
Kartik month he give class.
Thank
Anyone else?
you.
Yes. So generally the Julan Jatra festivals are there in the Krishna book also. Krishna book also. Same thing. You find also in Krishna book.
Wonderful. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very,
Thank
very good.
Victor, do you have any question?
You going to Florida this weekend?
This weekend, I'll be busy until Balaram Jayanti,
What is it?
22nd.
Tomorrow's Ekadasi too.
Yes, tomorrow is Ekadasi. And the Balaram Jayanti is also coming on the 22nd of this month. So, as you know, Balaram is the elder brother of Krishna, but the first
Yeah, he's the
incarnation of
guru
Krishna.
of all too.
Huh?
He is the guru of all.
Yeah, he's the Guru Tattva, he's the chief of all the gurus.
That's right.
And Balaram is the first incarnation of Krishna. From Balaram comes
Yes.
Mahashankarshan. Yes? Yes, Victorji?
Sankarsana, yeah.
Mahashankarshan.
Right.
Mahashankarshan comes the quadruple incarnation. Quadruple incarnations are whom? Na Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, and Sankarshan.
Pradyumna, yeah.
Pradyumna,
Sankarsana,
Aniruddha,
Pradyumna, Aniruddha,
Vasudev, and
and
Sankarshan.
Vasudev. Yeah.
And Sankarshan. And this from this four quadruple incarnation comes, who comes? Na Shiradakshay Vishnu, Garvadakshay Vishnu, and Karanadakshay Vishnu.
Bhikshu.
They
Yes.
all come from Shankarshan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they come from this quadruple incarnation, not directly from Sankarshan, from the quadruple incarnation of Sankarshan. So, and from this three Vishnu, the whole cosmic creation took place. Okay, and from Shiradakshay Vishnu and Garvadakshay Vishnu, from Garvadakshay Vishnu, Lord Brahma appears. From the navel of Garvadakshay Vishnu, Lord Brahma is created in the middle of the lotus flower.
You ever heard this mantra?
Huh?
You ever heard this mantra? Namaste Vasudevaya, Namaste Sankarshanaya, Pradyumna Adirudaya, Tubhyam Bhagavati Nama.
Wow, very good, very good. I didn't hear this one. And so this from this quadruple incarnation, three Vishnus come, and from uh, Shiradakshay Vishnu, uh, he, he maintains the universe, and when there is a discrepancy in this material world, when there is a problem, when there is a disturbance in the management of God, the demigod, they approach Krishna in the Shir Shagara and for his incarnation, to deliver the fallen and to kill the miscreants.
But Lord Baladeva went back as a snake. A
From
white snake
Mahavishnu,
came out
yes,
of his mouth.
and from
And
Mahavishnu comes,
Chandra came for him.
yes, and from Mahavishnu comes all the universes are created from his, from his hairs, from the body. Innumerable universes are created, and they, after the dissolution, they all go back in him again. So this is, you can see the power of Vishnu. And also these Vishnu are also residing in Vaikuntha also, Vaikuntha planets. Okay, so this is Balaram. Balaram is so powerful. And Balaram also in order to serve Krishna, because he's also, even though he's Supreme Personal Godhead, but still he's a Shiva Bhagavan, he's a servant Bhagavan. So that's why he appears also as Ananta Deva, and with his thousands of foot is always glorifying the glorious activities of the Lord, and he's never ending it. He's never finished. He never finished. He cannot finish the glories. It just goes on and on and on. Hmm. And also with Ananta Shesh, he takes the form of a serpent, and on that serpent bed, Krishna or Lord Vishnu is residing, lying there
Right. And the causal ocean.
in the causal ocean. Yes. So you can see how the potency, how great potency Lord Balaram has, and but still he is always trying to serve Krishna. So everybody is trying to serve Krishna. Yes. Anybody else? Any other question?
Thank you very much for a wonderful class, and
Hare
see you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We talk later. I
Yes.
want to go this weekend. I'll let you know.
All right.
I'll wait on you, though, most likely. I see.